Alright, we are live with the Formula Micros. We are set to do qualifying. Jason hops out of his car, he gets back in it. Watch the lights. Go in the car if he goes. Yellow flag. So this is the qualifying period. Our cars are going to get on track. It's going to be a little bit of a laggy place to start. Again, we are under caution. Just a reminder. It's not race. A lot of ping, like we saw last time. I don't know why. There's nothing particularly laggy about the cars. They've been given the optimized... well, let me make sure of that. Have they? That doesn't look very optimized to me. Okay, well, I'll be checking that one then. So they were optimized a couple weeks back for Windridge, and now I'm actually wondering if I maybe messed up somewhere in the setups. Not entirely sure. We'll figure that one out after the race. The lag seemingly clearing itself out a little bit for now, though. That's not a tire. Jesus Christ, Shuffle, your tire warming on the grass. Okay. That's okay. Cars have been notably a bit weird handling again, as we had to change mid-season to 1.5. It's one of the side effects of something like that. Good attendance, however, for the day, so it's unfortunate to see it fall upon this, but like I promised you guys that next time we're out here, if you guys can finish this race, we'll try to make it good as setup as possible. Shuffle going off the course. I don't know what he's doing. I think he might be testing to see how the car reacts to going off-road. So, lights are black. Reminder, it's not going to matter too much if someone is going slow, you can pass them. Airs, come on. Green flag is out. Board is being cleared firstly here, as Twin might be retiring. Will not be taking DNS points. We'll see. He might be doing a pit stop. He might be just outright retiring. And Twin pulls back onto the track. We've seen this happen last time we were out here in the rain. When Twin, without any flaw, just pulls himself back on track. Now, mind you, since then, I've gone like the smallest little cold. It's very minor. But, I have had a stuffy nose for the past day or two. Been very mild, though. So, we've seen that trend also repeat. Although, unlike last time at fall, we have not been changed to a rain race. Instead, the entire theme of the track has been changed now. We're going to redo the board another time. So I've forgotten something, which is I set the timer, so that's on me. We're gonna set it to 3 minutes. Once you guys reach the end of one of you guys reach the end of the first sector on the next lap, because that's roughly about the same amount of time. Here we are making our way for the first lap. Again, shame on me for that little hosting mistake, but we'll be fine once we reach the first sector. I apologize for slipping there. Anyways, Mono's currently leading us off, only one valid lap. Again, a very short qualifying session. It'll still only be about 5 minutes overall. As Mitch also saying a lap, although it's about 18 seconds off there. Shuffle the fastest car with a 132, twin turbo V6, 155, a valid lap. As we will be waiting for Manos to cross the first sector. There we go, 3 minutes. So 3 minutes on the clock, give or take. That should roughly calculate to about the same amount of time. As he does have as Shuffle actually having a purple sector 1. Though, we'll see if Twin can go faster. No, he does not. Shuffle's been practicing all day, or at least all morning on the track, so he's gained quite a bit of experience, and Twin has joined quite a bit lately. Another blue-purple sector for Shuffle. They make their way into the chicane. Manos is going to hit the barrier. So there's one more sector left on the course before we are done with this lap. The second lap here in the qualifying session. And 2 minutes are left on the clock, so that's good enough probably for about 2 laps here. As Twin's got a purple sector 2. And unfortunately for Shuffle, an invalid sector 3. That's going to cost him his lap. Still got 2 more shots potentially here. Twin Turbo V6 making his way around for the last couple of sectors as Mars has made up the second place spot, is passed by Manos, who did get a pretty good lap there. But here's Twin making his way out of the final turn. Can he go quick time? That he does. 130.3 flat. And that is going to be what it takes for Twin Turbo V6 to come up on top. Now there's still 2 more shots here for Shuffle to potentially make up all that. Fortunately, this lap is going to be invalid, so he's either going to pray and slow down for a second. But something new. Look at that. Manos, a purple sector 1. Mars is right there behind him. However, at Manos, if he could keep up the pace, he could go faster, but Twin goes faster than at Manos. So Twin's taking the purple sector 1. And that purple being the fastest sector overall. That's also what a purple time is. Red's invalid, green is better than average, white is worse than average, and red marks an invalid lap. If you press C, you can check that on the timing board. So Shuffle now, making his way up to the final turn. It's just enough time for him to go with 1 more, so the white flag in the air once you guys cross the line. So Shuffle, again, that lap was not valid. He's just going to try to send it through and hope for the best. Manos crosses the line, but not a valid lap. That would have been a pretty solid lap, though. 130.789. Would have put him second on the board. Meanwhile, Twin, look at this. He's going to dip below the 130 range, 129.080. The first time today we've seen it in the Formula Micros. They are almost on match with last night with the Rods mods. Shuffle on his final lap. He's got a purple sector 1. All the pressure on him now to do better than Twin. Twin's just got to hope for the best. As that might have been a cut there for Shuffle. Could those efforts be nullified? It looks like Jason won't be signing a valid lap. Bears just needs to set a valid lap to pass Jason. We'll see. Here's Shuffle around the last sector. Or second sector. Is it valid? No, it is not. So it's all going to go away. Unfortunate result for him. Meanwhile, Manos going to make his way through. Manos has no valid sector, so it might just be good enough for you two to pull it in. So car behind. It's going to be Twin Turbo V6. The checkers are out for Shuffle. Probably using the last lap to get some practice. Twin Turbo V6, a purple sector 2. Making its way around the second to last corner. Now on the straight to the last corner. It's a little bit of a right kink, then to the left. Here he is on the home front. Twin Turbo V6 crossing the line. He will go faster. We are in Rots mod range, 128.616. So I did get one thing right about the setup, and that was lap times. But the checkers are out. And that's also the case for yours. There's unfortunately, it looks like one car will be starting from the back today without a valid lap. That's going to be Jason Dady. Manos in 6th place. Mitch in 5th. Mars in 4th. Ayers in 3rd. Shuffle 2nd. Twin Turbo V6 is our pole sitter today with a lap time 4 seconds faster than the rest of the field. I don't even know what to say about that. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys, the driver, should we do a 15 cut limit or a 20 cut limit? Because it looks like some of you guys are having some issues today. Twin, what do you say? Again, order is Twin Triple V sits, shuffled second place. Manos, you are in 6th place, back up to 6th. Leave a space for Eris Netta. Mars is in 4th, you're good. Mitch is good. Jason, back up 1, let Manos slide in. And Eris, please try not to beat your time. I got invalid sectors, so just pulled into the pits, please. We are going to clear out the extra cars. Jake, are you going to do any pacing today, or are you just going to be out there today? Do you know? Because I'm going to start clearing out cars. It's going to be a 10-lap race. I'm thinking of 15 cuts, but I mean, if it's really that significant, we might do 20. But I need, like, a unanimous voting. So, you guys want to do 20 cuts? Yes or no? Okay, fine. Twin saying 15. 15 for shuffle. 2 shuffle. And twin. 1 Mitch. 1 up Manos. I think Jason. Mars 20. So we got 3 for 15. Airs, I don't think you said anything. 15 or 20 airs. Here says 50. Jake, are you going to be pacing? Oh, I accidentally I took the bottle from 3rd. Jake says 5. No, we're not doing 5. Jake, are you pacing? 13. 10 cut. Okay, we'll stick to 15. If you do 15 cuts, you'll get a 5-second time penalty. So, if a lot of people get penalized, then I guess that balances itself out. So, you might just want to try to stay clean, if you can. I don't think Jake is pacing, so we're going to clear Jake's cars. Alright. It's going to be a 10-lap race. And it's already up. No, I'm just kidding. 2 pace laps. No! 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 No, Eris. No! It was a white puddle. No. Alright. Hop out if you're not ready. If you are, then stay in your car. This is your last chance to hop out. If you hop out, you'll get a 120-second countdown. If you not go by then we're just going to go without you. Alright. So you guys got 120 seconds. We do actually. This race is going to take about a wholly of 15 minutes. And a reminder that if you do not get back in your car by then we're just going to go without you and you have to start from the back. And you have till lap 2 to get back on track. If you're not back by lap 2, you're parked. Race should be done by 12:40 probably. Or 3:40 if you're so. And then that leaves us with the interviews. Yeah, it's a short race. And then like 20 minutes later, Super Indy practice starts, and then immediately after that. So, I guess we got our timer here. We're gonna change the lights on track to red. And we're going to clear the timing board as soon as we all get going. I just need to make sure. We only got about 40 seconds in the interview, so I don't think we're going to do any yapping. But I appreciate the offer, though. But that being said, this might be an interesting race. You saw Manos there in the front for a while until he hit the wall. So it shows he's competitive. Twin might be walking the field again today, but it did look like Shuffle was holding up. It's just that he couldn't get a valid lap, so we really are going to have to see between the two. Alright, guys, watch that light. We will turn yellow as soon as it's done. Or watch the timer. So, go in the car ahead of you goes. Please don't jump it, just go in the car ahead of you goes. Lights are going to turn yellow in just a second. Yellow flag is out, go in the car ahead of you goes. Put up some space. Let Mitch get ahead of you at Manos. Again, it's okay to wait like that. Let's focus on pacing, guys. Alright. So from the back to the front, we got Jason Dady, 202. He's been a little bit short of getting a lap time in. Up ahead of that, in the 6th place spot, taking over Kelly's car for the week, it is Manos 2020 in the 47 Hoosier machine. In 5th place, we have Mitch, which I do not have. I do. Which is Formula 9768 in the 45 Pepsi machine. In 824 BB Mars is going to be in the 2 rental. That's 4th place. Now first car on the podium, Aris Nutta in the 45 Fortune machine. Shuffle in the GMG 15 machine is in 2nd place behind our leader. Our pole sitter, twin turbo V6. Oh yeah, it's not the corrected car. Okay. That explains a lot. Because of Eris's front wing. Oh wait, no. Because she had another car. No. Anyways, our pole sitter, the 32 Maple Leaf twin turbo V6. Yeah, just remember you had like a green and white car. But it's fine. That was the I-45. So that is our field. We're going to try to get a photo here. Might make for a good looking thumbnail. So we'll be clearing the board again. 15 cuts is the cut limit for today. It's going to be a 10-lap race with 2 pace laps and overtime. As for corner cuts, Mars has gotten one, but we will be clearing it before we go green. Of course, once we are lap 0, that is when we will not be doing any more corner cut clearing. So, this lap by, we're going to stay under caution. We're going to make sure all the laps go through as they should, and I think they do. So, we are going to clear the board now. So we are 1 lap to go till we're green. Reminder not to pass a car ahead of you until you cross the start-finish line. That is for the sake of ensuring that your position you qualify for is held aptly. And within the dignity, of course, of qualifying where you have. Once, of course, we cross the start-finish line, then it's game on. Or someone sleeps. I have a feeling that twin turbo V6, if everything goes right for him, he might be able to walk the field. Although we did see him disconnect yesterday in the ROTS mods. I don't know if that's a trend that's going to continue today, but it's one that can easily happen. My dog is currently barking. If you guys hear that in the background, I, of course, most certainly apologize. So we're going to clear those corner cuts. We'll watch them. So we are now making our way over to the last sector of the course. This little technical corner might be a bit of a problem throughout the race. We've seen it very historically, has always been challenging. It's only seen a couple of minor renovations in its history. This one too, really no difference other than just the wall layout. The surface itself has been practically unchanged. Eris, let's not pass cars. Mars, you too. We're gonna go 50 miles an hour. Most other classes we do 60, but we're gonna do 50 here just because of how these cars tend to be at 60. Make sure not to be redline pacing, because that will cause you to have a very bad start. We need Jason to start from the back, so Jason let them have their space. Watch the lights, will be turning green in just a few moments. Hold your pace. Green flag. It's a great start for Twin Turbo V6, not so much for Shuffle. Eris is going to pass him after the line. Allowed to pass out Manos. So there we go. Now Twin Turbo V6 at the lead. Eris at a second place. Shuffle's going to... Oh, Eris going very wide. Nearly just almost losing it. But she manages to keep herself under control. Will get a corner cut through the carousel, though. Your car gets a little bit flicky. Manos has taken up the third place spot. I don't even know how they've gotten all the way from the back to the front over the course of a couple of turns, but it has happened. Now in the podium position, his friend from the Netherlands, Shuffle 15, just behind him. Oh! Into the barriers hard. Oh, smokes. Shuffle, second place qualifier is having a lot of issues now. Goes all the way off the track. And locks his brakes up, hits the barrier. Although he will manage to keep on going. Meanwhile, Arisneta being under attack by Manos, who in a sudden change of events is really starting to push him. Although Eris has started to go away. Manos got a little loose. These cars seem to be quite the handful today, which again, we're going to be working on them for next week. I don't think I can see us using this setup again. Unless you guys, for whatever reason, really like it. Which then, in that case, fair game. But I don't know if you guys are, so I can understand. I tried to cook. I burnt it. Arisneta is going to tap the wall on the exit of turn number 2. I'm 3. And she again cuts through the carousel. Oh, she's going to hit the wall. Manos now making the pass for second place. Now between Shuffle and Mars, but we are going to watch the battle going on up there in the front for the second place spot. Manos last weekend nearly got suspended for his actions in the Super Indies, making a significant corner cut at Giola. However, today he does want to turn things around, and I think by finishing second in a clean order is probably the best way to do that. Arisneta trying hard to keep up, although it's not going to work for now. So Eris is going to fall back to the third place spot, although she's just behind, only about 2 car lengths. Any mistake by Manos could change the tides of this race. Shuffle's reclaimed back the 4th place spot, and now starting to close in on Manos and Arisneta. Meanwhile, Eris still on the attack. She's going to lose a little bit there on her exit, gets a little bit loose, but still within range to put pressure on him. That being said, we're about a quarter way through the race. Twin Turbo V6 has been completely out there today. I can't see the board for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. But we'll just watch the positions as they go. Got this issue yesterday. I might have just slowed it down by force of habit. Zares is going to go very wide there. Manos still very much so under pressure from the Chilean. Air's going to take a great line on her entry. It does seem to knock down that gap by a couple of tenths, about a car length behind from Atmanos. But it is going to lose a little bit on the exit. Air's going very wide. But closing in on Atmanos. Now make her way into the braking point. Now making her way through the last couple turns to mark out to lap number 3. The second lap complete, or the third lap completes itself, and Ayres gets a little loose flick. We saw something like that done by Max Verstappen on the end of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix back in 2021. Not quite to win anything major today, but it's just those little sketchy saves right there that just make your heart sink for just a second. The cars are very tricky to drive today, it seems, by the setup. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of these drivers here out today are very, very good at driving. Manos, of course, is only up to some of the best. Ayres Netta here, the Brottsmod champion from last year, as well as Mitt's car. Shuffle, the runner-up for Formula Micro of last year. He has won quite a few races in his history. Manos is a new driver there. Have been around for a good little while throughout the season. Of course, this is still, I believe, being their rookie season. So they're just trying to put up to some of the best in SLC to show what they've got. Of course, I happen to mention Twin. We don't even need to start about Twin. Again, every race, he just disappears. You can see him being loose there. So if Twin's getting loose, I couldn't imagine what's going on in the back. It actually looks like Jason has stayed ahead of Mitch for the time being. Which I'm not sure what position that's for. I believe that might be behind Mars. I do know what the top 4 is. That was a great looking exit for Ayres Netta, making up some space. You can see Shuffle starting to enter the shot. The Shuffle has climbed up a little bit of that gap. He's just here to add even more pressure on top of everything for Atmanos. Atmanos and Ayres under the Firestone Bridge. Soon now comes Shuffle through the S's into the long straight. Ayres is right behind. Really starting to close in. Every single turn. That was a great exit for Ayres, but only for a little bit. She's going to slap the barrier, but it almost doesn't... It doesn't hurt her too badly. That was a very sketchy moment for her. Something causes Shuffle to lose a little bit of his capital gains here. Ayres Netta now making her way through the chicane. That was not a great looking exit for Atmanos. Here's Ayres around the outside. Ayres now makes the move for second place. Out of the final turn. So Ayres has claimed the second place from Atmanos. Atmanos now holds the podium off from Shuffle. If he could potentially regain some time here, Ayres is a pretty fast driver, but she's prone to making mistakes. This is a very tough car, so we could easily see something like that happening. Really, anyone out here is making mistakes. Here's Atmanos, only about 2 car lengths behind from Ayres Netta, climbing up, slowly crawling up to make her way side by side into the Firestone Bridge. It's hard to tell. We're having a lot of rubber banding. I'm not quite sure. We'll hurry out in just a second to see where positions are. I think as it stands, Atmanos has claimed back the second place position from Ayres through that lag spike at some point. It will work for Atmanos. Ayres falls back to third place. You can see Shuffle again in the back of the shot, closing in. We are halfway done with the race, and next time by we will have 4 laps I want to remind you guys, this is going to be a 15 corner cut race, so if you guys get 15 cuts, that's going to be a 5-second time penalty. As Mitch says, no and dude. Must have had some sort of mistake. I don't see Jason anywhere. Jason has made up a bit of time, so some sort of mistake must have happened there for Mitch. Will be in the back of the field for the time being. He's been having a couple of rough races recently. Again, road course is not quite his strong suit. He's more of an oval guy. We'll probably see him running up higher in the oval races coming up next week at Milwaukee Mile. Battle between Manos and Ayres raging on, and Shuffle might join in just a second. You can hear his engine flying by in every shot. It's a very fierce battle for the second place spot. So these cars are particularly a little bit laggy today, I've noticed that. I don't know if that's my computer or whatever it could be. It does actually look like I am a bit laggy, so I think it could be the server regionalized to a certain part. So, compared to the ROTS mods, this class does tend to have a lot more international drivers. In fact, most of the American drivers are out there in the back, so when we do play the punch today, Ayres is going to go around! Nearly goes around. That's going to... She's going to keep her third place spot, but Shuffle is right there, right behind her, with a huge target on her back. It does sound like Mitch isn't even shifting. Yeah, you're gonna need a shift in this class. But that was a big moment there for Arisneta. Not even to report on Twin for most of this race. We just know he's doing his usual domination spree. We saw that the other day in the ROTS mods up until his disconnection. We got 3 laps till the end of the race, and he's just walked the field. Just an unstoppable force. So it looks like today is going to be a Canadian Anthem day. Shuffle's really closing it on Arisneta. One of the best pieces of advice I could say for the micros is you want to keep your RPMs up. You don't want to be hitting the rev limiter, but you want to be close to the rev limiter. There's a certain point where your RPMs, or where your power starts to drop, but up till then, you want to kind of find a power band. Shuffle's going to almost lose it. He goes late on the brakes. Nearly hitting the barrier. Oh man, he was just inches off. Now Twin with 2 laps to go. We're almost home free. This last shot for anything to go awry for Twin, pretty much. If there's any sort of caution that would bring out an overtime, but only for this lap. If he's good for the rest of the race, and he goes up to the final lap, no matter what happens on the final lap, that's how the race is going to end. We don't do cautions. Ayres is going to slap the inside wall a little bit on her exit. He's going to cut off some speed. She still has a good gap between her and Shuffle. Car getting a bit sideways. It's a trend I think we've been seeing throughout the day in these cars. So the time we have, it's about 12:43. So we are just about finished. We'll be doing interviews. We'll probably be doing the Canadian Anthem today. It's going to be wild. Ayres goes on the sand trap, nearly loses it. Or some... that was weird. Well, that being said, Twin Turbo V6 has made its way. The white flag in the air for Twin Turbo V6. We watch the other cars as they go, but Twin throughout the entire day has gone uncontested. This could be a trend. We saw him in the Super Indies last week, lapped the entire field, which is just complete insanity. You know, because that's not just any race, that's a race of some of the top tier drivers in SLC, but it just shows the type of caliber that Twin Turbo V6 is among some of the best around in the entire platform. You can put this guy in pretty much any car and he's going to be unstoppable. Shuffle's closing down the gap to Arisnetta. Again, we are on the final lap. So here's Twin making its way through Sector 3. Only a couple more turns to go. I could hear a car up ahead. I think that might be Mitch. Twin now makes its way through the Sargento Bridge, unfazed, unstoppable. The reason he's called a stud, here he is around the second to last corner. Twin Turbo V6 making its way around the final turn. Twin Turbo V6 will win at Northwest Ohio in the fall races. Now Atmanos has Arisnetta behind her, but Atmanos for the second place spot. Will he be able to do it? Making his way around the final turn, Atmanos and Aris. Atmanos going to stay ahead, and he will finish in second. A great job for him. Arisnetta in third place, Shuffle in fourth. I think up next is Mars. Mars now down into the breaking point. We've seen him run some pretty good races on the ovals. Again, another oval guy. And doing races like these are just for the experience. But a top 5 is a good way to finish off the week. He's going to nearly lose it. It's all the way sideways. Amado's very happy for himself. But here is Mars crossing into the top 5. Up next is Jason Dady. As there's Mitch, it spins out there on the sand trap. But here is Jason making his way up to the final corner. He is going to finish in the 6th place spot. And Iris, if you could insert a drink for yourself, I am very sorry. We have one more car, and that is Mitch making his way through the Sargento Bridge. Out the preliminary corner, the last car in Formula Micro, making its way to the final corner. And Mitch, crossing the line, will finish in the 7th place spot. That is your race today. If we could get the top 3, Vatmanos could head up to 2nd place. The podium is off of turn 1, please. Be greatly appreciated. Alright. Iris, if you could insert yourself a drink. It's the other one. I accidentally took it, so I'm sorry about that. Looks like I gotta test something. You know, if we played anthems for every race, this would be an absolutely crazy experience. But alright, if we give out for Twin Turbo V6, I won't be playing the Canadian anthem. Alright, if I can find that other song, we'll get straight to it. A great way to finish off the Formula Micros for the weekend. We, of course, got one more feature. That's going to be the Super Indies in just a bit. There's Twin throwing off all the cars. We did get our photo. I guess this might be a new tradition for SLC Array and SLC when we get a podium. We've done it. Excuse me. We've done it briefly at SNGP and Patriot Grand Prix in some features. How'd you guys like that? All right. And move on to interviewing our cars, our drivers, as quickly as we can here. So Twin Turbo V6 will be starting us off. So Twin Turbo V6, a pretty much dominant race today. So no interview for Twin, that's okay. So we're going to move on to Manos. A great win for Twin Turbo V6, summary for his home country. Manos here going to be interviewed here for the second place spot. Your best career finish in SLC, as far as I can recall. So great job with that, Manos. Head out towards Eris and Shuffle. I know that the setup was a bit tough today, but it looks like you handled it pretty well. So how are you doing, my guy? And what do you got to say about today's race?
Yeah, this race was just unbelievable performance. Qualifying was not the best, of course. I think this was the worst qualifying session I've ever had this season. But yeah, P6, P2. That's just the best race pace without any mistakes. Like this is the first time I do no mistakes at all during the race. But yeah, when you keep pushing, you get results. I get the motivation by Shuffle, of course, all the time. He keeps motivating me every time. He's my mental and performance trainer, of course. So I dedicate my first podium to him. Such a shame I couldn't get it with him in my first time, but yeah, many times to come. I set over micro race in this season in my career, so yeah, it can be like this in my second race. How many I probably get in the next ones? And yeah, it was a nice battle to have against Paris, but yeah, when you keep doing mistakes, you will never get the results you want. So consistency was the title of this race.
So as Amano says, consistency the title of the race, and it seems to work pretty well for you. Making yourself staying out too many mistakes. So held up pretty well. Is there anything else you want to say there?
Nothing, but hard luck for the other guys, and I hope I see Shuffle P1 position for the Super Indie race. So yeah, if there's anyone I can cheer for here, it's gonna be Shuffle.
Alright, well that's great to hear. So thank you there. We're going to move on to the third place finisher, Eris Netta, if she wants an interview. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. It's just my fun stuff. Yeah, disappointing, really, because I had it. I could have had the P2, but then I made a really stupid mistake on the last chicane, where I just fucked up my braking really bad, had to slid out, and ended up having to resort to going straight on the second turn of the chicane, and that ruined my whole entire run. It ruined everything for my for my chances. I mean, it's a pain, agony that I couldn't. I'm looking forward to the Indies, I guess, where I'll have my last chance to get the win, which I won't get because it's the Indies.
It's Twin.
Uh,
As a fellow competitor, yeah.
I guess I'll just like try. It's easier to do better in the ovals with the Indies because there's not many horrendous things that you have to do to make sure you don't die.
Fair enough. I mean, they are pretty stable, but we've seen some snap oversteer
Oh no, they fucking are not. They are not. I don't know what you're smoking that they're stable. They are not.
compared to the other oval cars on ovals.
They are the most unstable cars that I've driven. Even more unstable than the micro.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment given that I drive the 650.
That's true. So Eris, anything else to say about the weekend coming up?
I don't know. I hope that I do it well. I guess. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say.
All right. Well, thank you there, Eris Netta. Great job. Still on top on a podium. So pretty good results still today. We're going to talk to the guy that fell just a little bit short there. So up next here, it is Shuffle. So Shuffle here, starting second today. I think today was a bit of a rough race. Big mistake there at the start. So what happened today, Shuffle?
Well, at my start, you know what happened?
What happened?
I misshifted. I kinda, I don't know what my reaction was to my misshift, but it was so weird that I almost dropped my controller. I don't know what the fuck my brain was doing at the moment. Then I kept going again, but it was a weird start. So I have to get back while overtaking those guys in the back. No offense, but that's not hard. And I was gaining on Aris and Altman, and after a few laps they found their groove as well. So I was not really losing time towards them, but I was like slightly gaining, but not enough to catch them at the end. Then Aris had a big mistake, and I had a big mistake myself a lap later, so they didn't really do anything. So yeah, tough race, tough result, but congrats to Altman for winning though. Yeah, for winning, for getting a P2. My bad. His reaction was so happy it looked like a win, but congrats for him taking P2.
All right, that's great to hear, Shuffle.
Also, Aris, I have a question for Aris.
Good.
What do you mean this is my last chance for a win at the Super Indies? What was that supposed to mean? Like, the season's not over yet, right?
What is she doing?
I have no clue. Suicide, but... Nah, I guess I don't get an answer, but yeah. Tough race. I hoped it could have gone better, but... And there's always the next one. I just gotta keep coming to hope for a title.
What the fuck?
That's my best shot.
Oh my god, Eris. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Shuffle's dead!
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a tough day. Really happy for Artman though. He was on point today.
Certainly so.
Contrary to last race.
Hmm?
Contrary to last
Yeah.
race, but I discussed some points with him, like be sure to do this, and during practice he was okay. You know, Twin is always like 5 years off us. You know, he's like unreachable for the moment, so he was pretty close to me, so that looked promising. Then quali, I mean, not only he, almost everyone fumbled with the valid lap time. Like everyone did one, and that's basically it. And in the race, he was the only one being consistent enough, besides Twain, to keep it going straight. So yeah. on to the next one, as we always say.
Of course. So thank you there, Shuffle. We're going to move on to Jason and probably do the server shutdown in just a few moments. We'll get you the trophies once this weekend is done. Probably going to have to remind me for anything. So yeah. Gonna update the game. So last person up here is Jason Dady. Did get by one car today. That was not a bad drive today. What do you got to say about today's race, Jason?
Yeah, that was a great race anyway for Funnel Michael. Not a great start into this season. Well, in the middle of the season, but you know what I mean. But yeah, get ahead of that driver, I think Mitch. But yeah, most of all, I have a great supporter, great community. Yeah, it's stepping up to the way, into the world. But I can't wait to do the Super Indy coming up, seriously.
Alright. Well, that's great to hear, Jason. We're about to wrap up the stream in a short little bit. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, for the sponsor, I would want to say thanks to the WWE on Roblox, the Walt, Rowdy Energy, and other sponsors that we have for the present day.
Okay. I hope to see you in the Super Indy race soon, Jason, and good luck with that one. I will probably also
Bubba, can we speak in the general chat after you're done streaming?
Yeah, I'll obviously be moving back to general as soon as this is done.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should probably wrap it up here. Alright. So thank you guys for watching. As you can see, these things are called Super Indies. They're like micros, but a little bit more powerful, to say the least. They're the fastest cars in SLC. If we get enough drivers, I'll probably just host. If we don't, I might need Jake. I'd respect Jake if you could. You don't have to, but if you want to. We saw quite a bit of activity last week, so we'll see what happens this week. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be doing the Super E's in just a little bit.